Hey audio heads, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be showing you how to beat map 2 different ways in Pro Tools. But first, we're going to make sure our settings is all set up, make sure I'm in bars and beats, because I want to make sure those things are lined up before I start messing with my audio file. I'm going to grab my audio file, I'm going to bring it up to the top here. All right, once I put it here, this gives me a chance to give a good overall glance, listen to what I got, and what I'm really looking for is a good location and make a 1-bar loop. Now what I'm looking for is a good transient to start from. I like to use kicks and snares because they're the most dominant hits in the session. So once I find that location, I like to start from that transient. So usually when I do find it, I like to drop my cursor right on top of it, tab to that transient, and from there play the record so that I can be able to highlight the transient once I get to my location. I usually do this by the up arrow. Once I've done that, I do another tab to transient and tab to the next transient so I can get right onto the downbeat. Once I have made the selection, I'm gonna make sure it's tight. I'm gonna hit play, make sure that it loops around confidently. Then I'm gonna hit command+I for identified beat. This window's gonna pop up and I'm gonna enter my bars and beats, which I'm gonna reset this at 11. I'm gonna take this one and make it 13. But I know between these 2 points is actually 2 measures. Hit enter and boom, you have a tempo in the tempo ruler. Now you have to check the tempo. Place your cursor on the grid and hold the nudge key. The reason I like this method is because I can see the transients on the downbeat, on the line on the grid that you see there. And I can visually see that they are out of place. I usually hit command+I here and just update the location. So this will be exactly 88. There we go. And I'll go backwards, the opposite direction. And the nudge key is plus or minus on the numeric pad, or comma and period, or the less than greater than sign on the keyboard, which has to be in command focus key. Now I'm just going back and forth, just making sure that all transients are hitting right. I'm going to the very beginning, make sure that there are any gaps I can close to make tighter. If there are any locations in the beginning of the song that may not seem like they fall on the grid, I will want to update that location myself. You know, those little fine details may not be needed, but just in case I want to take a piece from this area and fly it somewhere totally different. Now we are all set. Now that your session is beat map, you can do many things, like move along the grid, make your song longer, make your song shorter, you know, make certain special edits and cuts. Also, your reverbs and delays or special effects may also be clocked into your session's tempo. So when you use your delay, it may already automatically be set to your session's tempo, so you can get that perfect quarter note delay. Many effects may have a button that will allow you to sync up the tempo, like the H delay here, which will be the host. For those of you that may be doing a little more trap or EDM production, you may want to double up your resolution. We're in here using 90, you may want to use 180 to get more resolutions on the grid so you can do finer cuts or detail editing. Once again, we changed the resolution, we changed the tempo, so we must check our grid because we're not perfect. Pro Tools is not perfect, and we're gonna make sure that these loops play back very well, so we are confident with beat mapping. All right, so from here on, this is just me chopping up some audio clips and giving you the idea of what you could do. Once you have everything mapped out on the grid, it's easy for you to just highlight whatever you want, make the edit, duplicate, stretch, shuffle audio files left or right, rearrange the song however you like. If you decided to just take a piece, select it on the grid, and drag and drop it anywhere on the grid, it probably wouldn't work as far as feel or correctness wise, but as far as timing and everything else, yeah, that's why it's important to beat map. All right, so I guess at this point I'm just messing around. Let's start this from the top. clear everything out. And let me show you the other way I would beat map this session. All right, so we're back to basics. So since we had a fresh start again, I'm going to show you how to beat map using the constant tempo in the left-hand corner. Once you hit play, just double click on that little red icon right there. Bam. All right, that allows you to do add a tempo change. Just keep hitting the letter T over and over. Now, I'm doing it double time, so you're seeing it hit like 180. It's fluctuating back and forth between those numbers, but if you slow it down, you'll start seeing like the half the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're back at 90 BPMs again. Again, if you want double the resolution, all you have to do is multiply your tempo by 2 or by 3, depending on how fine you want your grid resolution to be in Pro Tools. Now, just make sure you check your resolution, you check your grid, you make sure your transients are hitting from measure to measure. You make sure that everything is lining up well from back to front. After you got the tempo, please make sure to remember to check out the audio files laying out on the grid. You may have to add another beat map marker to identify the location of the misplaced transient. However, with the session and the audio file like this, you don't need too many to make sure that it's locked in. So don't do too much across your entire song. Just do enough that from top to end, the actual audio files locks in on a grid. Once again, you have learned how to beat map. If this information was useful to you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, AuditoryLife. If you have any comments, any suggestions on what you would like to see, or a different way the tutorial should be actually done so that you can grasp it a lot better, please leave all your comments and messages below. I'll look them over and I will surely be happy to help. All right, I'm signing off. AuditoryLife. Hey guys, subscribe, like, follow, share, and comment. Come on guys, all my audio heads, I need you to work with me. This is the first of many tutorials to come. All right, now have a good one guys. I appreciate you. Love you all.
When you think of doing something creative, think HMG.